Hey everybody, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. We are filming this because there's certain things I can't post on TikTok, and also I'm just trying to get into YouTube and vlogging and doing new things. So here we are. You can find a bunch of informative videos about compound medications, GLP-1s, and I'm also going to be travel vlogging as I travel this year. So let's get into it. If you want to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. So today we are going to learn a little bit about compound, how to administer it, where you can administer it, what concentration means, and we're going to do a shot together. So I've got some compound here from Amble, different syringes, so I can also explain that as well. And we're going to take a look. All right, so here we have a bunch of different syringes that we're gonna look at, and I'm gonna explain how they are all universal and pretty much the same. They just hold different amounts of liquid. Here are different syringes. We've got a 30cc syringe, a 50cc syringe, and a 100cc syringe. So 50 units is gonna be full on the middle one and up to the 50 on that one. It's still 50 units no matter what. The middle syringe is just gonna be easier to pull up a smaller amount of liquid because it has 5-unit markers. This one has 10-unit markers on the right. Now this little 30cc syringe would be perfect for somebody who's trying to do 12.5 units because you can clearly see the markers between the 10 and the 15 on the one on the far left. So the point is 30 units is 30 units no matter what size the syringe is. 30 units is going to be at the 30 mark. I know it can be confusing, but they make syringes universal to make it easier for people. All right, so I have a couple of different compounds. I've got some from Shields, I've got some from Revive, I've got some from Red Rock. So for today, for this video, I'm going to show Shields Pharmacy because it's really easy to see. I do have some Revive right here. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna do the Shields because it's been in my fridge the longest and I don't want it to expire. E6, okay? It is going to be 10 mg/1 ml, okay? So for every 100 units, there is 10 milligrams of medication. Now, my bottle from Revive says 10 mg/0.5 ml. So that means every 50 units of medication is going to have 10 milligrams. So it's more highly concentrated. So 100 units from the Revive RX bottle is going to have 20 milligrams of medication. That is why it is so important that you read, because if you were to do 100 units of that, you'd be doing 20 milligrams of medication. If you do 100 milligrams of this, you're gonna be doing 10 milligrams of medication. So that's why I strongly urge people to look at the paper they receive and look at the bottle they receive. I've also had a lot of people saying 10 milligrams on the bottle and thinking that means they got 10 milligrams, like you would in a shot, like an auto injector pen. If your vial says 10 milligrams, that doesn't mean you have to do 10 milligrams. It means you can do 7.5, you can do 12.5, you can do 15, you can do 5, you can do 2.5. You can do however much medication you want based on the amount of liquid you put in that syringe. So if it's 10 milligrams/0.5 ml, you are going to do 37.5 units for 7.5, 25 units for 5, and 12.5 units for 2.5. Even though that bottle says 10 milligrams on it, not all amounts of liquid that you inject are 10 milligrams. You can do whatever you want, whatever you please. That's the benefit of compound. Now for this one, 75 units is gonna be 7.5, 50 units is gonna be 5, and 25 units is gonna be 2.5. Now I am on 12.5, so what I'm gonna do is inject 125 units out of this bottle, whereas the Revive RX vial, I would do 62.5 units. Does that make sense? I know it's really confusing. I'm just trying to get rid of this, so that's why we are doing it today. Also, I am going to use a 100 unit syringe and then the 30 unit syringe just so I can show you guys like how the syringes look and how they work, and we can draw the medication up together and I can show you how that looks. And then I'm gonna show you different spots that you can inject the medication based on the guidelines from the pharmacy. Sorry, my dog has hold of a ball right now, so. All right, so let's do this, and yeah, here we go. All right, so I just had a tummy tuck and CO2 laser all over my body, so excuse the way that my stomach looks. We are not gonna be able to inject into my stomach today, but I'm gonna show you where you can. So, 2 inches from the sides of your belly button and down. So you're gonna inject in like this area, okay? 2 inches from the belly button around here. That's an option. Or, I'm gonna do today the back of my arm. It's gonna be here. Or, you can do the tops of your thighs, like down here, the fatty part, okay? So we're gonna clean my arm and readjust this camera. All right, first things first is we're gonna take an alcohol wipe and we are gonna clean the top of this bottle, okay? So I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna clean the top because we need it to be sterile. So make sure you clean the top, and then you're gonna need to clean the part of your body that you're gonna inject as well. So I'm gonna clean this and then we're gonna drop the medication. All right, so I took the cap off of this syringe. This is my 100 unit syringe, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back however much liquid I want to do in air. So we're gonna pull that back. So I'm doing 125 units, so the syringe doesn't hold that much, so I'm gonna have to do 2 injections. So I'm gonna pull back in air 100 units, okay? And then we are going to stick that in there and then flip it upside down, and I'm gonna push that air in there. So these vials are vacuum sealed. So I'm doing this so that when I try to pull up the liquid, it doesn't try to suck back the medication. All right. Now when I do that, watch, it's gonna try to fill it by itself because it's vacuum sealed. So I'm just gonna let it go until I have to start pulling it. Sorry, the camera's not focusing. So I'm gonna let it go. All right, now I'm gonna start pulling it slowly. We're gonna pull it slowly. Sorry, my camera doesn't want to focus. Slowly pull it back. Slowly pull it back. And then I'm gonna push up into it to try to get any air bubbles out. And then I'm gonna pull it back again. Yeah, Amble doesn't use shields anymore, so I'm trying to get rid of this because it's been in my fridge since like they launched, which is fun. So I'm trying to get rid of this because we don't use them anymore. Okay, flick, 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 flick. So I pulled the syringe out, and now I'm gonna lay this down on top of that alcohol pad, open a new one, and clean the part of my body that we're gonna do. All right, now we have like a good view of my arm. Hold on, did I do the left or right last week? So you're supposed to alternate sides every week. So if I do the left this week, I need to do the right side of my arm next week or somewhere else on my body. You don't want to double up on the same spot or you can oversaturate that part of your body essentially. I probably did my left because it's easier to reach, and I typically tend to do that side. I like the left side of my body more. I know that's weird, but let me just drop the pad. Okay, I cleaned it enough. I know my dog's having a blast. Okay, here we are. I have the syringe. I typically do this in a mirror. We're gonna use the camera viewfinder for now. Okay, let me focus it on my arm. Okay, I hate this, y'all. I still get icky about it. Okay. Turd. I hate this because I can't see if it's in. I think it's in. It doesn't actually hurt. I'm just a baby. So I'm going to slowly push it in. Doo-doo-doo. Sorry, I'm being slow. And then I'm going to pull it out. Then I'm going to rub my arm a little bit. And we did it, guys. So now I just have to do it again because the Shield compounds that way. So I have to do it that way. That's kind of why I prefer Revive RX, because I only have to do one shot. With Shields, I have to do 2. So hence me trying to get fucking rid of it because I can't keep doing the double anymore. Even though it doesn't hurt, it's just irritating. It's a pain in the butt. So let me go fill up my little syringe and show you guys that. All right, so I filled up the air. Hold on, let me focus the camera. I filled up the air. Now I'm gonna push the air in and I'm gonna draw it back to the 25. So these markers are so much easier to see. So if the pharmacy's sending you smaller syringes, be thankful, especially if you're on a smaller dose, because you're gonna be able to see it so much better. Okay. Boop. Flick, flick, flick. Flick, flick, flick. And I think I'm just gonna do this on the same part of my arm. I'm gonna go do it in the mirror because it's really hard to see. So yeah, I'll be back. I also want to add that all vials are gonna look different. You saw that tiny little vial I had that had 2 ml of liquid in it. Now, if you're getting Revive RX, it's gonna be a big old bottle with 2 to 3 ml in it. So it's gonna look like it's not full because it's only a quarter of the way full, but it's still enough medication for 3 months. Like that right there, I have 4 of those little bitty bottles and they're only gonna last me 6 weeks at 12.5. Whereas your single bottle with only a quarter of the way full is gonna last you 3 months at the lower dosages. So it's different. Don't look at it and be deceived and think you got scammed or anything like that. Just think about how much you're injecting. If you're only doing 12.5 units or 25 units, that little bit of medication is gonna last you ages. So I did just wanna add that. All right, we are all done. A couple of other things. The medication can be left out of the fridge for up to 21 days and up to 104 degrees for 72 hours, so 3 days. Also, it's just recommended that once you get it, just put it in the fridge. It'll last longer. Typically, compound will last 120 days, so 6 months. You can get extra syringes in different sizes off of Amazon like I do. It just makes it easier sometimes to see the amounts of liquid based on how much medication I'm injecting. Also, Amble is now offering Lipo B, Lipo C, and other anti-aging products. Lipo C is gonna be everything that Lipo B has, plus the addition of L-carnitine, which is a fat burner. Those are injectables as well. And then Lipo B is going to be B12, whether it's cyanocobalamin or methylcobalamin B12, methionine, inositol, and other B vitamins. It just helps with energy and B12 deficiency, of course. If you have any other questions, you guys can always message me on TikTok at AlexisEleanor1. I'm trying to think of anything else, guys. This is my first YouTube video, so bear with me. If you have any other concentration questions, let me know. I have some conversion charts on our Amble family Facebook group. So yeah, I love y'all and I hope you have a wonderful day.